What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, or welcome back to the podcast, more like it. This is episode 3 of the TalonCast podcast, or the TalonCast. We talk about everything Astro Creation, everything coming up in it, everything that's happened in it, and just everything about it. And who knows, maybe we might branch out into MMOs, just the overarching MMO space. But for now, we're mostly talking about Astro Creation and the Alpha 2 that surrounds it. So, yeah, what's up, everyone? How you guys doing? I'm Falco. You probably already know that, because you're already subscribed, or if you don't, I'm Falco. We have a lot to talk about today, considering the fact that we just started the Fresh Start servers, Shoal on Astro Creation on May 1st. In the background, you probably see my archer that I've been using on Shoal. It's like level 14, almost 15 in this clip behind. We're at, if I'm not mistaken, Oaken Bay and Keep. I got like an item. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. A lot of stuff has changed in this Alpha 2.5, because it's not Alpha 3 yet, guys. As you guys remember, Alpha 3 does not start, Alpha 2 Phase 3 does not start until August 4th. So this is Alpha 2 Phase 2.5 right now. But a lot has changed regarding drops, around progression, considering drops. Like it feels a lot more difficult to level, but also could be because there's like 4 servers packed into one. So everyone's like feeding for stuff. Plus they didn't really add like or at least it doesn't feel like it's hard to at least locate all of the points of interest that are helpful to level at low levels, considering the fact that there's only one place you spawn into, which is the Riverland, or what's called Ruins of Ayla. There's only one place that you can pick to be your starting point until around like July or August. That's when they said that we're gonna get the anvils, which is gonna be the second starting point. Maybe it'll feel a little better when people are able to start at multiple different starting areas and everyone doesn't feel like their home base is the Riverlands, because it feels really bad, in my opinion, to start. Because I think if I'm not mistaken, Steven said that over 8,000 people are on this server or have been packed into the server, which is probably the most concurrent people that have ever been on an Unreal Engine 5 like realm. And it was pretty bad, like lag wise. It's pretty bad. As you can see, there's still a little stuttering of the mobs. The mobs kind of pop in and pop out, but it's playable. It's alpha. It's alpha. The servers are being pushed to their limit. This is supposed to be a stress test. So for people who are like, this game looks trash, it's a stress test. You know, it's going to look trash because they're trying to stress the servers and see where they can push the limits and where they need to allocate resources, etc., to make sure that the servers run properly. So let that be known. I do have a lot of talking points, but before we get into that, if you guys like this content and you guys like this podcast and you guys want me to continue to do it every Tuesday morning, make sure you guys like the video by hitting the thumbs up button, subscribe to the TalonCast podcast channel. I'm just called the TalonCast, but I just need to understand it's a podcast, and so people know that I'm gonna say the TalonCast podcast, motherfucker. Subscribe to this freaking YouTube channel. And the main channel. I have a main channel, which is down below in the description. Join the Discord if you want to talk to me and play Ashes. Join the Discord. It's down below. As well as if you're new to the community and new to the game, make sure you use my Astro Creation creator code down below. You create a free account on astrocreation.com. Go to astrocreation.com. Use my code when you log in and try to make an account. Or you could use the link, for my Astro Creation credit code. But let's get into this, guys. Hope you guys enjoy this. We have a lot of questions. First, before I do that, since the newest thing, I'm glad I didn't film this earlier because some new stuff has come out as of like tonight, which is friggin' like 5/18 or something like that. Oh my bad, 5/5. My bad. It's May 5th. Cinco de Mayo. Steven said something in the chat. If we make it that far into this video, you'll see it because I was recording when he said it. But he says Steven didn't say Steven. Steven said him and Econ met today, and they will have some updates, most likely on drops. I mean, not most likely on drops. They will have some updates, most likely at the end of this week. I'm assuming since he was talking to Econ, he didn't specifically say drops, but he just said there's going to be specifically some updates that are happening. I'm assuming there's going to be a drop rarity or drop chance, because drop chance is pretty fucking bad. I filmed this for like an hour and we only got like 2 drops. And I got lucky. Actually, 3 drops. I think it was 3 if I'm not mistaken. I got 2 of them because one was not picked up, so it just appeared, and I got lucky and I picked it up quickly. And then I won one of them, which was a belt. Um, but the drops are so far in between because they did that on purpose because they want people to craft, and they took like everything out of the shops like they said they would, except for rations and copper gear. So they really are stressing that people craft. But what annoys me kinda is right now they did that. I get why they did it. Probably not for how crafting is right now, but maybe they plan to put some change up how crafting works a little bit very soon. But for me, it kind of makes me feel weird because I was like, I've already was crafting in the previous Alpha 2 when Alpha 2 Phase 2 started. Um, Crafting hasn't really changed since then. It's still the same. It's still pretty like not wonky, but it's still pretty bare bones and pretty like boring right now. It's boring like in the sense that like there's not certain things haven't been implemented yet, which I understand. But it's like we don't really know exactly when they're going to be implemented because right now they seem to be focusing on server stability because that's a big thing right now because server stability just is trash, which makes sense. But at the same time, like crafting, it just feels the progression feels really bad. But that's one part of the pie because there's a dual-edged sword. There's a dichotomy to this for me at least. 'Cause I'm gonna talk about what I do enjoy about it and I would wish they would lean into as they go forward because it would help out a lot with the world building of like nodes and stuff. I'm gonna just go into it right now. Like on one part of this, I hate that like you don't get drops and it feels like really hard to like stay alive when you're trying to kill level 10 mobs and you don't have gear, but you can't create gear at least at the beginning of the game because no nodes are apprentice, and you make apprentice gear when nodes have created apprentice like workshops. But you need there's a lot that goes into making armor. You need a lot of different moving parts. Like you need to be able to have an apprentice like not blacksmith, like metalworking, or leathersmithing. Like you need a lot of different apprentice things to be able to create gear. So it makes people it's like it's very difficult to progress and kill level 10 mobs that are like 1-star or 2-star at the beginning of the game, which is it's one of those things. But I get it. The start of the game isn't always going to be the start of the game. There's at some point the game is going to have an influx of items, but at the same time it's kind of sketchy. On the other side of it, though, I really do enjoy that I didn't have any gear. Like I was still wearing like the level 0 gear that you get from the surplus token. Like if you guys have done the surplus token quest, I was still wearing that until like level 14. Finally, our mayor had put in buy orders so we can get no currency at Winstead because I'm a part of Winstead as of now. I don't know how long it's gonna be, but I was able to. It was easy. What's called quest that we could do. I think it was like granite and ashwood. So we need like 10 granite and 10 ashwood, and when we brought 10 granite and ashwood in combination, we got 10 tokens or 10 no currency, which I was happy about. Because you can buy level 10 gear. You could buy polished 10 armor top, like polished 10 top and bottom from the no currency shop. Plus you can buy the polished 10 boots. But I already had Forsaken boots because I got lucky when I was at, Highwayman Hills. So I didn't buy those. And you can obviously buy the cape, which is better than the cape that you get from the surplus tokens. And then you can also buy the level 20 cape that you can't wear yet because I'm not level 20. But it's also extremely good too. It's better than the level... One second. I don't know why it's lagging now again. It does that randomly. I'm sorry, guys. Let me restart that for you, motherfuckers. Because goddamn, that's gross. I don't know why they did that. All right, here we go. We'll do that. But yeah, the gear that you get from the shop, the vendor that you use to use your no currency is extremely like valuable, at least now, because gear is so difficult to get. Which at first I would have never done the node quest or helped out with the node or tried to contribute it to it for the no currency because I felt like the no currency was kind of worthless. Now it's actually good because you need to buy the recipe to make scrolls, like enchant scrolls. You also needed to buy your cape, which the level 20 node cape is actually really good now. It used to be really bad in comparison to the node the level 10 one, because the level 10 one, the raw stats used to be just so much better than what you got from the secondary cape in comparison, which they fixed actually. Um, only drawback that I have is that um I think they also need to put level 20 gear in there as well, at least for now. Because obviously level 20 gear at some point I'm gonna be level 20 and I'm not gonna be able to find level 20 gear. So I'm gonna be like, at least put in level 20 gear as well. Maybe it costs more node currency to keep people feeling like they have to do the node quest or the node buy orders, because the more people are doing buy orders, the quicker these nodes get established. At least in the beginning of the game. I'm not sure how this is gonna fare towards the, like, when there's a lot of gear already accumulated and people are selling it for like very small quantities of money because no one really wants it except for the new people who are playing the game. I'm not sure how that's going to affect the economy yet, but from the starting of a new world and the start of a new game, it feels very good having a place where you can buy that also, you're killing two birds with one stone. You're getting better gear because you really do need it, because you get destroyed if you don't have gear. I didn't notice that because we were able to get gear so easily, but yeah, you're able to get your polished gear, at least for like your DPS like me, and then you're also able to get your cape, and you're able to, stack up your money to get your enchant scroll. Yeah, I don't know. I just think they really do need to add another tier above it, for level 20 gear. Maybe you get that when the node goes to 4 or something like that. I'm not sure. Maybe at 3 you only get level 10, but I'm not sure. I just hope they need to add more reasons to help out your node and do buy orders and get that node currency, because node currency, I probably won't ever do buy orders anymore because I have everything I need for my node. At least the armor wise and the cape wise. I got both capes. I got all the polished armor except for the boots, but I don't need the boots because I have Forsaken boots, which are better. So I just want them to definitely add more to the node currency shop, because I know once they add more to the node currency shop, and people figure out that, oh snap, it's worth doing these buy orders, you're gonna have an influx of people doing buy orders and people trying to build up their community. Unless they just don't want what the community is building, then they won't build it and they'll go to a new one. But most people, as long as they know that they want what's being built, they're going to do the buy orders, and stuff's going to get built up quicker and it's going to feel more intuitive to do so. At first it wasn't, like I said, in the previous like iteration of how we got gear, because gear was so easy to get that it wasn't worth trying to do buy orders for gear that is worse than the gear that you can get from going to kill Highwayman Hills or going to Oakenbane. So I do enjoy that. There's a lot of stuff they're gonna fix with artisanship and crafting and making stuff. Obviously, we're gonna get artisan trees at some point. Right now, crafting is kind of whatever. It's not. It's kind of scuffed, in my opinion. There's a lot that needs to be fixed with it, like being able to mix rarities when doing batch crafting or batch, not crafting, batch processing. Also, it's just kind of jank. Also, recipes. I've already told you guys about how I feel about recipes in previous episodes, probably on Rebirth Radio. Like, you shouldn't be able to just click a recipe and learn it forever. There should be some durability to it, so people have a reason to go. And so recipes maintain their value. Because if they don't maintain their value, then no one's gonna really care. They'll just learn it and they'll be like, all right, I learned it, cool. It's either that or you can't make them extremely rare because you want people to be crafters. So what you have to do, you have to put like a durability on them, like and then let's say maybe you're a bad crafter, or maybe you mess up a craft. Maybe it gives you a weapon, but the weapon gives really bad like waterfall stats, and maybe you use more durability of the recipe, to like make people want to, maybe I should get my blacksmithing up, or my weaponsmithing up more before I start using the good recipes. I don't know. There's a lot of cool things I think that they could do to make sure recipes maintain their value, because it's disappointing when you get a recipe, you're like, oh, This recipe everyone's probably gotten a million times, and now it's worthless. Bullshit. It has a value for like a few minutes, and it's worthless. I hope they have that in mind. And if any devs watch me, please go tell the devs, dude, put some type of cap on how much you can craft out of a recipe, and maybe depending on how good the recipe is, even a smaller cap on it. And that's gonna keep high quality or high grade amounts of that weapon out of the game. Um, like I don't know. Just let me know. Just if you want to talk to me about how I feel about Artisan, hit me up. You know who I am. You know how I am, devs. Or maybe you don't. Maybe you don't. But probably don't. But keep it going. Oh, I ran into an incident over the weekend where me and my friend were trying to get those scorpions out in the desert after like the server came up after a server like ended. And I was like, my friend got killed by someone, and the dude went red, and then he had his homie killed him, and then he got picked up his gear and gave it back to him. And I'm like, there needs to be some type of check for that. So I feel like that's a loophole into the system. Like at some point, people aren't gonna care about XP debt. They're gonna have all the skills they want, and they're not gonna give a fuck about XP debt. They just don't want to lose their gear. So there needs to be a check on people killing their friends, being in a group of people and just being like, "Oh, kill me real quick so I can get my XP debt away." They need to make it so you can't kill someone multiple times in a row, or you can't kill someone in your guild, or if you kill someone, like there has to be some check. You guys got to do something about that, because that's so disappointing when someone tries to kill you and they're basically evading your system by just by letting someone kill them, because either the XP debt isn't diminishing enough, either that, or you gotta make the XP debt like so egregious that, or not XP debt, maybe the drop rate. Maybe if you go red and you die, your drop rate is so shot that it's not even worth freaking killing shit, and it's like something to keep people from killing their friends after they go red, because that's a big thing that people do now, and as it catches on, people are gonna continue to do that, and you're gonna see a big influx of it. And maybe I'm the only one bringing this to light. Obviously, it's a small podcast. We got like 15 people watching, but for all my people who watch this, make sure you bring this to the devs' attention. People are doing that, and it's pretty egregious. And the same thing, they're logging out to evade people, waiting them out. People are going corrupt and then logging out and having their friends basically watch their spot until people go away. There's like, oh, just log into another character. There needs to be some way where maybe when someone is corrupt and they log out, their person stays logged in for 30 minutes. Like their character does not leave the game. That needs to be put in the game, definitely. Because it's like you're evading an ass whooping. Like, and I feel like that's totally evading the system. I, in my opinion, I think that's abusive. But who knows? Maybe you guys don't agree. I'm not sure. But I think it's abusive, and I think it's not in the sport of a PvP game, a PvX game, in my opinion. I don't think it's sportsmanlike. And I get it. Some people are like, fuck sportsmanship. I just want my shit. I don't want to die. I get it. Tough luck, man. Maybe you shouldn't have, killed someone against their, will. Like you might, like, because at the same time, it's like the person who didn't skull up and you killed still accrued that debt for not flagging up against you. So, you feel me? Like, there's no way for me to evade the extra like XP debt that I'm in because I didn't flag up as purple. If you guys know, if you flag up as purple, you get less XP debt than if you were to stay what's called like friendly and they go corrupt. You lose more XP debt and you lose more materials if I'm not mistaken. But I know you accrue more XP debt, so I'm like, I think it's kind of sus, and I'm gonna keep bringing it up until someone hears me. I might message some devs and be like, hey, this is a problem. Maybe you want to bring this up to people. Because I'm like, that's going to piss a lot of good people off. And when you have a bunch of shitheads just playing the game, that's when games die, in my opinion. But that's my opinion. Like I said, this is a podcast. I'm opinionated as fuck. Like I said, comment down below if you say Falco, you're stupid as fuck. Like I said, I'm not gonna block you. I'm gonna respond. Uh, but that's my take on that. I don't like it. I think it's stupid. I think it's trash. I'm not a fan of it. But going on from that, commission board quests, I think they may need a bigger buff to XP. It could be a way for like solo players to get more XP when they maybe they don't have friends on, maybe they have like an hour period in between when like their grinding group's getting on, so they want to go, maybe help out their node or gain a little bit of glint. I don't think you need to increase how much glint you get from it, but like definitely I think the XP could, me personally, I think it could go another 30%, and it would be like reasonable. I think commission boards could go up like 30%. I even think they could go up 30% on on events, considering the fact that I feel like events don't spawn that frequently. I don't think like I said, I think the glint is good. I think personally the glint is in a fine spot, but for commissions, because I know if you guys remember, they did do a buff this patch where they rose quests, commissions, and events their XP by 30%. I still think certain quests need to be given more XP. But I get it, quests are kind of like in a not a good spot. I think they definitely need more XP for people to feel useful. Like I have a quest that's like for level 17. I can't do it still. I'm level 15. It's like to kill a bunch of crows like north of I think it's north of Miraleth, like to the west of Carfin. Like after I go like touch some braziers, I get like 22k XP for doing it, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Plus I get like a blue glint. I'm like, I get it. That's a little bit of blue. That's a little bit of glint. That's not really much glint in my opinion in all retrospect. People are selling stuff for like gold. I'm like 3 gold right now. It's not that much glint in my opinion. But and 22k XP at, let's say, for a level 17 is not a lot of XP. 22k for level 16, it takes me like 500k to get a level. And I know there's not really a lot of quests right now in the game, so maybe they're accounting for XP for there being a lot more side quests in the game at some point, whenever they like make them like a little more like user friendly. But right now I think that a quest that's level 17 giving 22k XP is better than it was, but if this is the same volume that we're gonna have a quest, I think it needs to be increased at least 30% more, at least for side quests. But also, like I said, the glint, I'm cool with the glint. I could go farm my own glint by killing mobs if that's like the way you really want it to be. But XP, God, why is this laggy so much? I'm so annoyed that this is lagging. I'm not sure how to stop that, guys. You guys are probably like, Falco, the background's lagging. I see it. You think I don't see it? I see it. There we go. It's like it stops when I restart the clip, which is weird. But yeah, I just think that XP for quests could use another buff. This is one for me because a lot of you motherfuckers don't play Rangers. Also, this is another one. We're moving to another one. By the way, if you made it this far and you're watching me, type down below, chips. Type down below, kettle chips. Got some kettle chips there. I always got a snacky over around me. Type kettle chips. But the next thing I want to talk about is Thundering Shot. This is for the Ranger. I'm gonna talk about a few Ranger things right now because a lot of you guys are probably like, I don't care about the Ranger. Well, I do, motherfucker. Well, I do. Thundering Shot of cast time needs to be either removed or reduced because it's like 1.5 seconds to cast Thundering Shot, and the only time like Thundering Shot has a thing where if someone's dazed, it can silence an enemy. Like if the enemy is dazed, it promotes it to silence. But the thing is, a lot of enemies, their skills, if you look at like the bar below their HP bar, their skills, like you have to almost guess when they're about to use a skill for you to properly silence them before they use a skill. So I think that Thundering Shot could use like maybe it's 0.5 seconds to cast it, maybe 0.25 at the lowest. Like it has to be lowered though, the cast time for Thundering Shot, because it's just I don't know, something about it is it's very difficult to properly silence mobs um when you can't really, predict that when they're about to use a skill. Like maybe I'm trying to silence a group from maybe a mob from using, or maybe one of the mobs in Carfin from using like its blood freaking like burst. It hits the ground. It's like super hard because he casts it so quickly. He casts it basically just as fast as my thundering shot. So I have to basically guess it. I bet you if you look at devs, if you go look at how fast like those fanatics at the fourth floor, is it the fourth floor? It is the fourth floor, right? You know the fanatics that drop the blood runner set. Those dudes up top in Carfin, how quickly they cast their blood explosion freaking thing on the ground. I bet you it's close to like 1.5 seconds. It's close. It's so difficult to like predict or to use thundering shot, and in the use case of silencing an enemy at the current cast time. So I would love if you guys would reduce that slightly, please. Sincerely, your boy Falco, who uses the archer, even though it's still like if it was like 80% trash, it's like 50% trash now. It's like 30% less trash than it was, but it's still pretty trash. Um, it still could use some work, but in comparison to all the other archetypes, probably fighters close. I'm probably like on, but no, probably fighters still a little better. I don't know. It's close. They're neck and neck for being doo doo, but that's just my take. But also evasive moves on the archer. Why am I able to be hit by melee moves when I'm in the air using my airstrike? Why? Hear me out, devs. Can we give airstrike a evasive like increase, like evasive rating increase when used, so that if I'm in the air while a mob's hitting me, I have a chance of them missing me while hitting me? Because for some reason, I at least maybe you could do it for specifically physical damage, so that people who are using magic attacks aren't like, wow, I can't hit him because he used airstrike. Like, come on, throw me a bone here. Like, there's so many times that I've died to like a smack from like one of these freaking goblins on the screen, or one of the freaking flares. But while in midair using my airstrike, or while in the middle of my disengage, it's like, why does disengage and airstrike not have like an like something that increases your evasiveness to physical damage? Maybe not magical, but maybe physical. If you guys want to be that, that different, you feel me? Like throw me a bone, guys. Throw me a bone, man. Throw me a bone. Like, it's like if you want the archer to have these evasive abilities, give them some evasive rating to them, so I don't get like clobbered when I'm trying to use it to evade, because that's what it's mostly even good for. Like, airstrike's not really great for damage. The damage could definitely be increased, and I've already talked about that. But yeah, you feel me? Also, this is just one for me, because I noticed that a lot of mares, the first thing they go for when they become a mare of a node is their mounts. Why don't we do this, guys? Why don't we make it so mares also have to freaking use node currency for stuff? Maybe they don't get their mount unless they are like the top tier mare contributor of their node. I know a lot of mares are gonna freaking cry and whine about this, but I'm like, why? Like, I get some people are probably like, oh well, it's their privilege because they became mare. It's like, most people get mare because of a popularity contest in this fucking game, especially right now, because we don't have economic, like, the nodes don't have their own specific election system based on the node type yet. Like, I'm all in favor of mayors having to have like 5,000 node currency to unlock their right to use the flying mount, because at least that's still easier. I'm assuming getting 5,000 node currency is still easier than actually getting a rare drop. I still feel like that's much easier, and you still are given the privilege of using a flying mount. For me, per se, I feel like that would also make people who really want to be mayor just to be mayor be the ones who are picked for mayor, because most lazy people aren't gonna want to be mayor if they know they have to get 5,000 no currency to get a flying mount. I feel like better mayors will be put in place. But I get Steven might be like, well, that's for you guys to figure out, to pick the proper mayor. It's like, it's very difficult to put the proper mayor into a scientific node because it's all a popularity contest. It's all popularity. You can hate the living hell out of a mayor, but it's just a popularity contest. You feel me? I don't know. Something about it. I feel like that. Yeah, that's just me. Like I said, that's my ramble. I just feel like let me know what you guys think about that. Maybe you don't like it. Maybe you love it. I just feel like make the mayor have to contribute to his own node. This is his home. Make him contribute. You act like presidents don't go and go to freaking like let's call soup kitchens and help out with the freaking homeless and shit. Like, make him contribute by also getting a fucking axe or getting a pickaxe or getting a freaking fishing rod and going to fish and doing some shit. Like, I don't know. Something about it. Something about it to me just screams like, boss the fuck up. You feel me? But that's just me. What else? They already know mobs there one-shotting mobs. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, also, there was another thing I noticed, but maybe this is going to change when they figure out more of stuff that's going to be in the tropics. I noticed that the tropics has one safe spot that you can cross from the bottom node. So I think it's Shorefoot on the right. Is it Shorefoot? I think it's Shorefoot. Sea Hook? It's one of them. But if you guys notice on the map, when you log in, okay, it's lagging again. I don't know why it's lagging again. We're gonna do it one more time from the top. We'll go all the way here. But if you guys notice, there is like one safe spot that you can cross over from node to node in the tropics from Wind and Sea to the rightmost node on the right island. But there is two other spots that are gonna have nodes that are separated by open sea, which is lawless zone. Why the hell would I want to be part of one of those nodes if I have to cross a lawless zone to get to my node? And the node is not that big, so I'm not gonna just stay there. There's not enough stuff on that node for me to use. What is the benefit of me being at that node that is separated by the lawless zone? Let's say I'm in the Riverlands. I'm trying to get stuff like out of the Riverlands. And I'm just like, it's in my backpack. So you're telling me I basically have to cross the open sea, which is the lawless zone, to get to my node. And then there's one behind it, because there's one in the middle that you guys probably remember, because that was the one we used to have to turn in our caravans before they made the tropics what they are today. And then there's another one on top, which I forgot the name. I think it's Brine Barrel or some shit like that. But those two are basically separated from civilization by basically a border of lawlessness. And I know that that's not going to change. The lawless area right there is not going to change, because that's how the open seas is. It's a lawless zone. When you go into it, you automatically flag up. I'm like, can we get at least a small route within that is not lawless? Like an island, like maybe the coastal islands to the left of it. Maybe that's not how you guys want it. Maybe, but I'm like, I don't see anyone becoming part of those nodes. You know, like I just don't see anyone like unless they're PvP and they just are pirates. Like maybe, but like I just feel like it kind of screws some of the, Nakua that may want to be out there. Maybe they like that island, but they just don't want to deal with having to take stuff back to their bank, because you obviously get an extra bank storage if you're a citizen of a node, so you'll get an extra bank storage there. I don't think people want to, if they're going to be part of that, want to go across the open seas lawless zone to get back to their main hub. I don't know, something to think about. But yeah, I just noticed that there is a spot that you can cross to the left or to the right. Other than that, I don't know. Think about that, but let me know what you guys thought about this podcast. I know this was probably not as long as the previous one. Let me know, do you guys like these 30-minute ones? Do you guys like 40-minute ones? We're gonna be coming out with one next month, or not next month, my bad, I said next month, next week on Tuesday. Every Tuesday we're gonna be coming out with an episode. If you guys like this, make sure you guys share this with other people. Maybe they might enjoy this as well. Make sure you guys hit the like button, the thumbs up button, subscribe if you're not a subscriber already. Join the Discord. The Discord is down below in the description. And also don't forget to show up at the streams. I do stream and talk and vibe and play Ashes every weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So come by, say hi, and vibe out. Other than that, thank you so much for the love and support, and I appreciate you. And I will see you next episode. Don't forget to use my Astro Creation credit code, by the way, if you guys are new. They'll support me there. If you made it this far, type in Canes, like Raising Canes. Type in Canes, Canes. You know, Canes. But yeah, love you guys. Appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Your boy Falco's out. Peace. Don't wanna say